Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. On this week we'll be discussing how good you are. How good you are will be the part of the discussion. If you want to understand that, please stay tuned for the rest of the video. On this video, I've had the story, and for the sake of time, I just want to relay that story for you, and then we can maybe take out some learnings from it. So story goes, it happened that in a certain place, there was this guy who used to own buses. He owned just one bus, as far as I understood. So he used to use the bus to take the people from this area to town so that they can go do their shopping or so that they can go to work or stuff like that. You know, in my mind, I'm thinking it's in the homelands where you would, you're taking people from a township far away into town so that they can, go to work or, do their normal routine stuff. This person has been doing it for quite a while. When this story takes place, this person was already an old man. So old that he had grandchildren. So it happens on this particular day that he took along the grandchild. So the grandchild was with him in the car, in the bus, but the bus was, at this particular day, it was already worn out because, he was not actually able to maintain the bus, on regular service, stuff like that, tires, brake pads, whatever the case is. But the community relied on him to take them to, to their normal daily business. So he couldn't also afford to put the bus away because, the community relied on him. It happened on this particular day. As he's speeding up, he is super speeding up so that the people can make it to town on time. It happened that the brakes failed. When the brakes failed, everybody started screaming. And to the bus, I could imagine others started doing their prayer sessions to say, "Oh God, please take care of us." Everybody in the bus was screaming, except for one person. No, not the driver. No, the driver was also panicking. But the small boy was laughing, the grandson. When everybody else was screaming, the grandson is laughing. Everybody is screaming, the grandson is laughing. He's in the middle of the bus and he's cracking up. Long story short, I think maybe the bus driver used the gear down and then the bus stopped. So the people in the car turned to the young boy and they say, "Young boy, what's wrong with you? When we're busy screaming, why are you laughing? Were you laughing at us? What such disrespect?" Young boy continued laughing and he said, "I was laughing because I know the bus driver." Long story short is, the boy knew that there were in no ways that the bus was going to crash because he knew the bus driver to know how the bus operates. When I had this story, I quite reflected on myself, and more especially as analysts, where sometimes we would get, feel like you are heavily burdened. People coming over and you become the center of attention. I think the right word, they call it the key man dependency. It is not that, as far as I understood the bus, it is not that people are dumb while they are coming to you as an analyst, or while they are coming to you as you and they are passing all the other analysts that are sitting in there. But just like the small boy, they probably have been with you for a long time. A long time that they know exactly your values and how you operate, that there are in no ways that you can actually, once you see the error, that you can send it out like that and make them fools into the meeting. That actually is the reason why your work maybe piles up, becomes bigger than the guy that sits next to you. Even if the guy that sits next to you is like, "I'm ready, give me some work," and they're like, no, we'll wait for this guy to do our work. When you're on the other side, when you as an analyst, it becomes frustrating because you feel overworked. I don't know about you, but I most of the time feel overworked. Like, why is that so much? Why can't I just get somebody to help? Like at one point you'll reach out to the advanced analytics team to say, I just need you guys to run a clustering or whatever algorithm that can look at similarities for me. And they go like, but you know the data best, you know the environment best. Why can't you just continue and do that thing yourself? We'll just help you with the know-how or whatever the support. And that creates much more pressure on yourself in the process. It is because people feel like the small boy and you the bus driver. There are trips that you probably, if you are not as yet the bus driver, you are still the rookie bus driver. There are things that you probably could do. I'm not an expert in them, to ensure that you become dependable and you become a very, very good analyst. One of those is habits. I know, sorry, I'm gonna sound like, you know, those people that you hear on YouTube. First of all, it's habit. Please make sure that you probably get the good habits that make sure that your things is good. These habits could include, you know, making sure that you have your routine. You can call them a routine when you start, but before you know it, they'll become habits, where you check your stuff, you log in, you check did you get your right data, the signs the right way around. Small things that are petty to other people, but make sure that it becomes a habit. I just don't want to call it routine. I want to make it a habit. Once you have a habit that you always make sure that the report is in good order, I would probably depend on you. Second thing is time management. When you set 5 minutes, make sure that it's there in 5 minutes. Sometimes it might happen, especially to me, that the thing doesn't become there in 5 minutes because there are other dependencies that come into play. But I would say, as far as possible, when you say to people, it will take me 2 weeks, they understand that it will take you 2 weeks. They have to, you know, to respect your 2 weeks. Just don't go around, it will take me 2 weeks. Well, normally it takes you a day. So I think time management is quite important. Number 2 is putting some sort of filtering. I don't want to call it common sense. That's why I'm using the word filtering. The filtering that you put in is you thinking like your passenger in the case. To say, I'm the bus driver. Let me think, how would I want this bus driven if I was the bus driver? Would I want to feel every bump when I turn? Will I want to feel every clutch that I change gear? Would I want that kick or stuff like that? In terms of reporting, it will be, how would I want to see this page? Would I want this page to talk about maybe headcount? The whole page should talk about headcount, or the whole page should talk about, you know, rates, or the whole page should talk about whatever it is. The analysts who I used to do that. I used to just get the work done, but I started becoming better when I went back and I started filtering, you know, using common sense, like, okay, like the customer. The fourth thing that I would say is the one that I always preach: keep up with the new inventions. So in this case, I mean, you're the bus driver, you can't buy a new bus, but if you had a chance of buying a new bus, I would say probably teaching yourself how to drive the newer bus would actually help you, that when you are forced into the new bus, you would know where the clashes are. But keeping up with whatever is out there probably would help you to become dependable. If you can't, it's not a train smash. You can always do the first 3 to make sure that your current system still works perfectly. The fourth one, you don't have to worry about keeping up with besting. The last one is having fun. Yep. It is important to have fun at work, believe in me. If you're not having fun, I mean, people will feel like it's a chore when they have to ask you for work. But when you're always having fun, I mean, they would also feel your openness to come ask for to do some more work. And you will always crack up and make jokes and have fun. Imagine that bus driver who always remembers your name, always, you know, cracks up jokes when you come in, and think about the bus driver who would remember what you guys spoke about yesterday so that you can continue conversation, and not the bus driver who pretends they understand, and when a new person walks in, they quickly dump you to focus on the next person, of which that's what happens. Imagine I'm helping a low-level manager with their query, and an exec walks in and I quickly dump this guy and I look at the exec. Even the exec will think like, why are you dumping the other guy so quickly? I think it's the whole point, you know, have fun while you edit. Look at this guy, low-level manager, the same way as you look at the exec. Speak to the exec. Hey, Mr. Exec, how's it? I'll be with you 5 seconds. This guy's got an interesting story here. I'll come to your office. And then finish up with the low-level person, just like the bus driver who's having fun with all the customers that are coming in. So those are my 5 things that probably I would say would make me an old man who, even if I don't have money for the new bus, shiny bus, I would still have fun in the old bus, and I'll become dependable, you know, and I become, once people depend on me, they will translate it as me being very, very good. Okay, thanks guys for tuning in. See you next week.